Hi, this is Dan Romer with Rebel Family. One of the things that we've been talking a lot about lately is this kit we've put together called the Rebel Family Rescue Kit, and one of the elements in there that we really work on to help you recover vision in your family is the whole area of your marriage. I just want to share with you three quick things that my wife and I, Susie and I, are doing to invest and build in our marriage at this critical time. And at this time, there's been a lot of additional pressures on us with workload, with parenting, just church life, connecting with our community in different ways, figuring out groceries, all kinds of things that are, just to be very, very real and authentic with you, are ways that test us, our patience for one another, and we've seen some of the frailties, weaknesses in our character, in our personality types flare up at times. And if I didn't say that, I wouldn't be real with you. And so here's three things that we're doing. And I'll share this with you, and you can jump in on any of these three things because we're doing these things in the Rebel Family Facebook group and in the Rebel Family Vision Rescue Kit. Here's one of them. Susie and I are investing in the way we communicate with one another. One methodology for doing that is called life languages. We highlight life languages in the Rebel Family Facebook group. James and Janine Porter do a fantastic coaching job in leading families through the process of identifying your uniqueness and the unique way that you communicate as an individual. It is a game changer. Every single one of you have a unique style of communicating. You have unique ways that you fail to communicate based on your personality. And then in the context of a marriage, understanding the different ways that you communicate can completely change the way you do the entirety of your life. I could not overemphasize its importance because the import of communication touches your family finances, your family entrepreneurship, the way you parent, the way you spend your evenings, the way you impact the world. It's massive. Many times in business books and conferences, you will read thought leaders sharing with you this profound reality that most, maybe all, breakdown in business context, organizational values and goals, and all comes from a failure to effectively communicate. Almost did a Guns N' Roses quote there where Waxl Rose busts out onto the stage and in one of his songs says, what we've got here is a failure to communicate. So if you were listening to a lot of rock and roll music through the 90s, you know what I'm talking about. But that's what Susie and I do. We're working on communication in our marriage. You can do that by jumping into one of the Zoom calls on life languages. You can do that in any other ways. There's 1,000 different ways you can do that. You can go through a book together, you can go through a course together, you could simply sit down and start to journal together on some of the things you want to work on in your communication. But have a plan in this season where perhaps you have more margin in life to work on your marriage, to really develop that area of communication, and you will see a return on that investment. My recommendation is life languages. I'm going to touch on the second thing. I just ordered a book called Love After Marriage, and it's been recommended to me, so my wife and I are going to go through that book just section by section, page by page, chapter by chapter, and we're just going to talk about those things. And that's a way that we're going to use a guided book study to work on our marriage. I am sure there are going to be things in there that are not going to be easy. And I'm sure there are things in there that are going to be really fun, but we are choosing to embrace the difficult things. We're choosing to embrace the areas where we need to accept personal transformation and growth for the good of our marriage. And then a third area, what's the third thing we are doing? Third thing, I just wrote down that I want to share with you guys. We decided we would go on a walk together every day. The weather's getting nicer. A couple of days it was just literally to the grocery store around the corner. But on the other days it's to walk hand in hand and communicate away from phones, away from the family, away from kids, and just get that time together every single day. Maybe for you guys, these three challenges could take a very different shape. But whatever they are, I just want to challenge you. What's your plan to build your marriage in this time? What is your plan to recover vision, to recover passion, to restore direction in your marriage. Your marriage, I argue, is your life's most important work. It's probably your hardest work as well. It's probably the most important work in your life and the thing that requires the greatest sacrifice and change in your life. And that's why we want to help you. There's two ways we can connect. Jump into Rebel Family, our Facebook group. Just type in Rebel Family on Facebook and jump into that group if you're passionate about all things marriage and parenting and family. And also, feel free to send me a message. If you want to jump in and be a part of this community, or you just want to dialogue and talk, I would love for you to message me on Facebook, and let's do that. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I charge you, invest in your marriage, use those 3 ways, enjoy those 3 ways, a communications workshop, life languages, go through a book study together. 3, get that time together, go on that walk together. There's no restaurants open where you can do date night as normal, but whether it's a variation or something different of those 3, be a builder, be an investor. This is your life's most important work. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.